Hello, Namaskar everyone. Welcome to my channel. So first of all, thank you so much for beautiful response on my last video. Many of you guys messaged me that you watched the video almost 5 times, and even that was not enough to extract all the knowledge out. Yeah, I can understand that video was because in last video I and Rohan sir we both gave lots of techniques, so it might be difficult to pick up the few. Okay, but still keep trying, watch the video multiple times, you will extract it out. And secondly, I got several feedbacks on the transit technique, how beautifully it is working on the charts. So you guys are emailing me. Okay, so I can't thank you enough. Many of you guys were asking for consultation. See, I do consult people. It's not like I don't do consultation, but I only do limited consultation. Okay, and before I consult anyone, I take lot of time. Those who have consulted me, they know it better. So yeah, if I will officially start consultation, then I will let everyone know about it. Okay, that's not an issue. One of the most important thing which I wanted to discuss today before I start the actual video is, first of all, please make it very clear, I'm not the part of any of the courses of any other astrologer. Okay, so if you are perceiving me as a student of any other astrologer, or if you are perceiving me that I have bought anyone else course and then teaching you here, okay, and then sharing the knowledge here, then you are on the wrong track. I can guarantee you this thing, nobody can claim that they have taught me personally, or I have bought the courses. Nobody can claim it. Okay, I can challenge it. Secondly, whenever I share some general things, like in last video many people made it a bit controversial. They thought that my video was towards a particular individual. I was targeting a particular guy. So first of all, see, I'm not targeting anyone personally. It's your perception. If you consider it as personal attack on someone, it's your perception. I can't do anything in that. Okay, I just share a general fact. Okay, and what is some, I've not shared anything wrong in the last video. If I've said about the predictive part, then I think I was right. That in the prediction, what a client wants is education, career, job, marriage. Okay, this is all he needs. So if you are predicting that, then it means you are in the right track. Whereas if I talk about those predictions of broken shoes and all, several people on YouTube are doing it. Several people. So if you are considering it as a personal attack on someone, then I can't do anything. It's your perception. Okay, so please, I'm not targeting anyone personally. I just share a general fact. Now it's your fault. I can't do anything there. Okay, and at last, I want to clear it very openly today. Okay, if you are perceiving me as someone else student, then you can unsubscribe the channel. I have no issues with it. I'm very open. Okay, I might be the first guy who is openly telling those subscribers unsubscribe if you don't like that. Okay, if you don't like me, so it's not kind of a what I should say here. Okay, but yeah, if you have any issues, unsubscribe the channel. As simple as this, or dislike the video. Okay, yeah, now coming to the actual topic for today. The actual topic I have kept for today is the rare secret of the, it's not a rare secret, but it's the untold secret of the predictive astrology. Because astrologers always have this fear of untold yet to unfold. Okay, this was a fear in the minds of astrologers since time immemorial. What if these techniques come out? How will I run my business? How will I make money? Okay, this thing is also written by S.K. Mehta ji in one of his in his first book, I remember. Okay. Now the untold fact which I will deal in this video will be totally related to predictive part. Many of you people ask me how to make 1000 predictions on one chart. Many of you ask me how to make 100 predictions by using one planet. Many of you ask me, okay, Satvik, you claim about such a lot of things, but can you really do it, or can you really show that how that thing works in practical manner? Okay. Many of you guys ask me how to make third person predictions, because third person prediction is the core that core part. Okay, it's it the most solid part of the predictive astrology. All the brilliant predictors have mastered this third person predictions. You go to any brilliant predictor, he will always predict like this. Okay, your siblings has such and such issue, your father do have such and such issue, your mother have such and such issue. So only by looking at your chart they will consult all your family members. Okay, they will do a complete consultation. So how is this thing happening? Secondly, what should be approach to master this part of predictive astrology? How you can do it? See, for that you need to understand the concept of houses first of all. Okay, because houses is not something which you read every single day on Facebook or YouTube. Okay, it has all of many people read about it, but they didn't thought about that how we can use these houses to do a complete consultation for all the relatives just from your chart. So that will be the core part we will dealing in this video. Okay, now first of all let me begin. Firstly, the which of the book to prefer. See, one of the best books for predictive astrology I've came across is of Vishnu Bhaskar ji. Now his real name is not Vishnu Bhaskar, it was Narayan, something like that. Okay, Narayan. He was 1968 batch UPSC rank 1 IS officer, topper. Okay, so when bureaucrat writes a book, it's very clearly visible the amount of knowledge he puts in. Like when you read a book written by bureaucrat and when you read a book written by Ponga Pandit, you will get to know easily that this is a book written by Ponga Pandit and this is a book written by bureaucrat. Because that touch of bureaucracy and that touch of that bureaucratic language is always there. And it's not about the thing, but it's about the content. Vishnu Bhaskar ji has written one of the best books on predictive astrology, that's the Advanced Techniques of Predictive Astrology Volume 1 and Volume 2. Advanced Techniques of Predictive Astrology Volume 1 and Volume 2. Please order it right now. I can guarantee you won't regret after buying this book. You just name the topic in astrology. You just name the topic. Okay, I want to read about this topic. You will find it in that book. Just name a chakra. Okay, any of the chakras, Sarvato Bhadra chakra, any of the chakra, you will find its reference in that book. And a very clear explanation. Very, very clear explanation. So that was the only book whose first chapter impressed me the most. I think the first chapter was on houses. And Vishnu Bhaskar ji, the way he explained houses was most phenomenal. I have not read something like that. For example, if I talk about fourth house. Now signification of fourth house is land, property, vehicles, your heart, your mother. Okay, your spouse profession. Okay, leave this part, spouse profession, leave this part for a while. So all these things are the signification of the fourth house. Now you can use all these significations for other relatives too. Like for example, ninth house is of father. The fourth from ninth will tell you about the property, heart, okay, of the father. Property, heart, okay, vehicle. Similarly, fourth house in the natal chart is 10th from the 7th. So it will tell you the profession of your spouse. Okay, it's the 7th from the 10th house. 7th from the 10th house. So it will tell you about the relationships of your mother-in-law. Because 10th house is the mother-in-law. It's 4th from 7th. I think you might get confused here. Okay, you might get a little confused, but thing is the basic funda is you must learn to rotate the chart. It's all about chart rotation. See, to make third person prediction there are several concepts. The first and most basic concept is chart rotation. Like 9th house is of father, the 10th house show career basically, the 6th house, 10th from 9th will show profession. Okay, the 9th house is of father, 3rd house shows siblings, so 3rd from 9th, that is 11th house, will tell you about the siblings of your father. Okay, now if I talk about 11th house, it's your father's sibling. Now 7th house tells you about marriage life or the spouse. So 7th from 11th, okay, 7th from 11th, it will tell you about the marriage of the siblings of the father, especially the younger sibling. Because 3rd is the younger sibling. Are you getting it? 7th house tell you about business in case a person is into trade. So 3rd house will tell you about the business of the father. Are you getting it? Eighth house tell you about inheritance. So eighth from ninth, that is fourth house, will tell you about the inheritance of father. Now that's how you will use these significations in dashas, okay, in any of the progression techniques, okay. And leave timing. See, timing an event comes at a stage when you know what to predict. When you have 20 predictions back of the mind, then I will talk about timing the events, okay, timing of events. But if I don't have anything back of my mind, what I will I time? So basically for timing the events, you have dashas, you have progression, you have activation techniques, you have 100 techniques. And even if you master 2 or 3 out of them, you will master the timing of event. But timing of event will come at the stage when I know about the combination. When I know that this person will get married, then only I can time the marriage in the chart. If there is no combination for marriage, then how will I time it? Are you getting it? So before timing anything, first learn predictive part, then only you can time it, okay. So I will not I will teach the timing of events. I will take a series on it, okay, using all the techniques I know. I will take a series on it, but that series will be at very end, when you all can be able to predict about several things just by looking at the chart, okay. So where was I? Yeah, are you getting it? How you need to use the signification? You all have read about the signification. And first house is the health, second house is the wealth, third is the neighbors, siblings, fourth is the property, vehicles, heart, fifth is the education, your stomach, sixth is the disease, loans, debts, enemies, your intestines, seventh house is the kidneys, your married life, business, your spouse, eighth house the inheritance, eighth house is the bankruptcy, bank when a person goes bankrupt, okay. Eighth house is the house of insurance. Eighth house shows chronic diseases which takes long time to treat, okay. Like sixth house is the acute disease basically, or also akal mrityu. Sixth house akal mrityu. Eighth house is a long disease like cancer or AIDS, something like that, okay. Eighth house is the house of death. Ninth house is the house of father and guru, okay. 10th is the house of your profession, your mother-in-law. Third house is your father-in-law because it's ninth from 7th, okay. 11th is your elder sibling, okay. It's your friends, your colleagues, your father's younger siblings, okay. 12th is the losses, hospitalization expenses, okay. These are the basic significations. Now you need to use same signification on the particular chart to predict about other relatives. Like first house shows the health, so sixth house is your mother's siblings. So sixth house if is afflicted, then your mother's sibling must have a several health issue, okay, a very severe health issue. A very afflicted sixth house will give a health issue to mother's sibling because it's lagna for the sixth. I think you all are getting the technique now. What you all need to do, you know the relatives for each house, okay. Like fourth is the mother, sixth is mother's sibling, ninth is father, seventh is spouse. You just take that house, particular house, bring it to lagna, and then read it as a normal chart. It is as simple as this. Now I've simplified lot of things for you, okay. Like if you have to predict for mother's sibling, then just make the sixth house as lagna. Now if sixth house is afflicted, it will become lagna of mother sibling, then for sure they will have health issues. If 7th from it, like 12th is afflicted, then their married life will have issues, or they can have issues related to kidneys. If 4th from it, 9th house is afflicted, then your father can have health issues first of all, because 9th is lagna for father. But it can also give an heart issue or chest related issue to mother's sibling, or some property related problems in the family of mother's sibling. Are you getting it? This is a secret most technique for third person predictions, most secret technique. Now here there are a lot of variations. See, for third person predictions, people will say, okay, the most basic and the most useful which I have found in my experience, and which other brilliant predictors like S.K. Mehta ji and all others have used, is the house rotation technique. Just rotate the house and predict. But there are several variations. Like some will say, do one thing, make the lord as the lagna and then predict. Like for example, ninth lord is suppose sun, then make the sun, wherever sun is sitting, make it as a lagna, then predict for father. But I will say to them, for example, Aquarius is the lagna, for example Leo is the lagna, and I have to predict for mother and father. How will I predict? because both fourth and ninth lords are the same. If I have to make Lord as the Lagna to predict for a particular relative, then for Leo Lagna, like Aquarius Lagna, for mother and father, both the prediction should come true because combination will remain same. But it is not possible. So I don't use this method for of making the Lord as a Lagna. And I have tried it, but it simply didn't work in my experience. Other thing is, many people will say use the karkas. Yeah, that works very good. Like look at the Surya for father. Okay, just look at the sun for father. Sun afflicted problems to father. Look at the conjunctions with the sun. It will tell you about the profession of the father because Lagna is profession. I also told this thing in the last video. There are only two houses for profession: the Lagna and the 10th. Okay. So if you make sun as a Lagna for father, for making prediction for father, then Lagna will not only tell about health but also profession. So I've seen several cases: sun conjunct Mars, father is either into army or a doctor or into police, a very high profile government job. Sun with Mercury Jupiter, father is in banking services. Jupiter Mercury make banks, or an accountant basically. Okay, this was my prediction on one of my teacher's chart. He told me that in my chart, Sun is with Jupiter and Mercury, and what should be the prediction? I just asked him, "Is your father into accounting?" He told that my father is in banking. Basically, he deals with the banks and all. Okay, that basically same thing it is. So, like similar way, Rahu is used for grandfather. Okay, Rahu is for grandfather. Venus is for spouse. You know these significations better than me. But thing is, that's why I'm not going into much detail. But thing is, do you know how to use them? Okay, that is something I'm teaching you today. And one more thing, many people will say use the like ninth from sun for father. Like sun is the karka of father. Ninth house also tells about father. So ninth from sun, it will also tell about father. But I have not used it. See, if you add a lot of factors into this technique, na, what will happen? You will get confused. If you will think, okay, I will also look at the ninth house, I will look at the sun, I will look at the ninth lord, I will look at the ninth from sun. Then there are four factors. Four factors. How will you able to pinpoint a particular event? Because you will get confused in this process. So keep it simple, keep it stunning. The most brilliant and most stunning predictor I know was S.K. Mehta ji. In his books, in his first, second, and third book, everywhere he had mentioned just make the house as the Lagna for particular prediction, for predicting about particular relative. Like he told it in a second book that I am giving the combination, but it's not like these combination will only be applicable if you are if you are having a particular Lagna, which I have dealt with. But you can apply these combination in any of the charts. Thing is, you need to rotate the chart. For example, he gave a technique, Taurus ascendant. Okay, in case of Taurus ascendant, Mars 12th lord, if it goes in Gemini or Cancer sign, then such a person can get kidnapped by the kidnappers, but he will not be killed by a kidnapper. Okay, such a person will get kidnapped by a kidnapper, he will not be killed by a kidnapper. Now thing is how to use this technique in other charts. Suppose, now main thing here is Mars should become 12th lord, which is only possible in case of Taurus ascendant and Sagittarius ascendant. And being the 12th lord, it should be sitting in the sign of Gemini or Cancer. So now just do one thing. If you have Mars in Gemini or Cancer Rashi, okay, if you have Mars in Gemini or Cancer Rashi, just look where the Taurus falls, where the Sagittarius falls in the chart. That relative can get kidnapped, okay, but he will not be killed by the kidnappers. That's what Mehtaji has written. I know this technique might not work in lot of charts, but thing is, here what we need to think about is we need to think how he must have thought about this technique. That such a stunning prediction he gave, that person will get kidnapped, but he will not be killed by kidnapper. So that's something we must realize. So just you can use each and every technique on every chart. Like many people say, okay, that they have a particular planet in particular position and they will read about only the results related to that planet. I'm telling them, read about every planet, because if you don't have that particular planet, but still you can make a prediction for a particular relative. Okay, suppose 7th house Rahu give intercaste marriage, or 7th house Rahu gives some odd relationship or something very odd or something very bad in the marriage. If you don't have 7th house Rahu, then it's not like you need to ignore it. Just look at your chart where Rahu is sitting, look at the 7th house from it, that relative will have that issue. Like 5th house Rahu, suppose 5th house Rahu is there, then one of the father's sibling, because 11th, it's 7th from 11th. Are you getting it? 7th is the house of married life, it's 7th from the 11th of father's sibling. They can get married to an outcaster, okay, or they can run away with the partner. Rahu also shows running away with the partner, okay, something very abnormal, very, okay, very unorthodox, you say. So you can make such a prediction. 5th house Rahu, it's 12th from 6th house of diseases. 12th shows hospitalization. So person can get hospitalized due to disease of a stomach. 5th house is the house of stomach. Are you getting it? So it is 12th is hospitalization from 6th of diseases. The person get hospitalized due to disease of stomach. Are you getting how to make prediction? It's 8th from 10th. 10th house is of profession, 8th house shows sudden transformations, 8th house shows sudden misery in the life, sudden loss, death. Death means ending of something. So 8th from it has Rahu. This shows this person can get into big conspiracy due to an hidden enemy, Rahu, okay, due to which he may lose his job. I've seen in charts of many politicians, all those politicians having afflicted 5th house, they end up losing their position. The reason is, it is 8th from 10th. Okay. Similarly, 7th house Ketu gives break in marriage. Just look where the Ketu is. Go to 7th house from there. Predict for that relative. This particular relative is having break in the marriage. As simple as this. Similarly, use these techniques for career prediction. 6th house Mars is there. Predict your father or your mother's sibling, because I told 2 houses for profession, Lagna and the 10th. They may be into a uniformed service, okay, or into a profession related to Mars. Mars shows what? Mars shows uniformed service, army, police, okay. Some will say Mars is also used for the industrialists or people dealing with fire, okay, all those things. Similarly, Jupiter is the Karka of teaching. So 6th house Jupiter is there, the mother sibling or father can be into teaching profession. Sun Saturn is a combination of government job. 6th house Sun Saturn, it's not like you will get the government job. It can be your father is into government job, because it's 10th from 9th. Or even your mother's sibling can be into government job, because it's Lagna for him. Okay. Yeah, for you also, your career, the Karka profession, Saturn is conjunct Sun. So you can also get a government job. But that's something you need to pinpoint, okay, which relative will get it. I hope you got the secret for third person predictions. And also I showed you the various variations people use here. Okay, like 9th from Sun for father, or 9th Lord for father. But all those things in my experience didn't work well. The most simple and most stunning thing is use the house for third person prediction. This is what SK Mehta ji used. This is what other brilliant predictors have used. As simple as this. Like for mother, if you have to make prediction, then make 4th house as the Lagna. Like I have seen several charts, Sun and Lagna, mother is into government job. Person himself is uneducated, but his mother is into government job. Several charts, okay. Like few days back I was looking at a chart, Sun and Mercury in Lagna, in Leo Rashi. The Sun Mercury in Leo Rashi, basically, it's 10th from 4th. So mother is into government job, okay. She is a principal in the government school. Mercury also shows teaching. Mercury and Jupiter relates to teaching. So she is into, she is a principal in government school. Similarly, Lagna is also your father's education. Okay, 5th house is your college education. Okay, 5th from 9th. Okay, that's your father's house. Shows the education of father. Sun Mercury in Lagna in Leo will show a good education to the father. So here in this case, the father and mother both are educated. Father have studied law, political science, Sun and Mercury. Mother is the principal, native himself is uneducated. Because his fifth lord was afflicted very badly in the chart. Are you getting it? Similarly, there is a combination. Fifth lord connected with 12th. Okay. Or fifth lord going into 12th. Or any connection between 5th and 12th. The person will study in a place which is very far away from his house. He will live in a PG or in a hostel. Okay. That's a prediction. Or he may get into long distance relationship. Now just look where this combination is happening in the chart. From which of the for example, if suppose Aquarius is the Lagna and fifth lord going into 12th, you can predict that person will get an education at a far place from his house, very far away. Okay. Now suppose this Mercury is in Capricorn, because fifth lord going into 12th for Aquarius Lagna will only happen when Mercury will be in Capricorn. Now suppose this Mercury is in Capricorn in any other chart. Suppose it's in Sagittarius ascendant. Mercury in second house in Capricorn. Then you can predict for sibling, younger sibling, third house relative, that your younger sibling has gone for education to a far place, to a foreign place. It can also be a foreign university, like many people go abroad for studies. So they have this 5th and 12th lord connection in the chart. If you need to go abroad for studies, then 5th and 12th or 5th or 9th connection should be there. Okay. So this can also take. I hope you all are getting it. I know this video might be a bit difficult to understand for all of you, because even I'm tired of delivering this lecture, because it's very, very complex. You can't simplify these things so easily. And such techniques, it's very hard to deliver it out. But think you might have understood the basic concept, how I'm using the houses. Okay. Similarly, 10th house is afflicted, suppose, then it can give a kidney related issue to your mother. Afflicted 10th house, kidney related issue to the mother. Are you getting it? 7th house afflicted, heart issues to mother. Okay, because 4th from 7th. But thing is, your signification must be very clear. Some people will say 10th house, takes 10th house for father, like S.K. Mehtaji did it. Okay, Mehtaji used 10th house for father. But I take 9th house for father. Here I differ from him. The reason is, if I take 10th house for father, then mother-in-law will also be 10th house. So for whom I will be predicting? Okay. That becomes a bit difficult there. Because it's 4th from 7th. So mother-in-law for sure is the 10th house. But if I take 10th house for father, then mother-in-law and father will fall in the 4th. Similarly, 10th for father, then father-in-law and mother will both be signified by 4th house. So here you will get into confusion. Like suppose I have to predict the profession of father-in-law. Okay, or I have to predict the profession of mother. Then I need to use 4th house, which will become difficult for whom this prediction should apply. That's why, and this is one of the reason. Another reason is following the advice of the sages and what most of the classics say, what most of the masters have said. According to it, 9th house, take it for father. Okay. Then 3rd house will become father-in-law. 10th house will become mother-in-law. 4th house will become mother. As simple as this. But yeah, when you will read Advanced Synchronization of Periods by S.K. Mehtaji, third and his best book on timing of events to the day, then there is a technique for finding the marriage date of parents. Yeah, you heard it right. Marriage date of parents. People are not able to predict the marriage year in your chart. Mehtaji is saying, I am giving you the technique. Use this technique to predict the marriage date of parents directly. Just imagine the amount of confidence he has, okay? And it works perfectly. So, when you are using that technique, then I must say use 10th house for father. Because when I use that technique to time the parents' marriage date on any of the charts, I always use 10th house for it, and the results were always bang on. Okay, it was very right. So I didn't use 9th there because Mehtaji is, because that rules and combination will only apply for 10th. Okay, are you getting it? So when you will read that book, then you need to use it the 10th. Otherwise, I just use it ninth for father. See, Jyotish is all about significations. Do one thing, take the printouts of the significations as much as you can of planets, houses, and rashis. Paste it on your wall, okay, keep on, where you keep your eye every time, okay. Add such a wall, and just keep reading it whole day. I guarantee you, within a month, you will become a predictor. And it is all about mixing the signification. Jyotish is all about mixing the significations very artistically, okay, very creatively. Like Rahu shows outcast, seventh house show marriage. Rahu in the can show the marriage with an outcast or outcast marriage. Okay. Similarly, Mehtaji has used 12th house and 12th lord for outcast marriage. He says when 12th house or 12th lord gets associated with 7th house or 7th lord or Venus, then it can give an outcast marriage. A person may get married to someone belonging to other culture, other caste. You have used this technique. I have seen it working very well. Like lot of charts where people got married out of caste or out of culture. The 12th house lord or 12th house was having some connection with the 7th or Venus. Okay. So I hope this video taught you something. Okay. It made several things clear in your mind, how to use signification, how to become a predictor. See, this is the only lecture you will require to become a predictor. There is no other secret in astrology. There is no other so-called secret techniques or anything like that. The biggest secret was the house rotation, how to rotate the house. Now, thing is, keep on rotating this house until you are able to make 100 predictions. Like, suppose Mars in the 7th house. Mars in the 7th house can tell you about the elder sibling of your father. It can tell you about the income of your father. It can tell you about your mother's heart or chest issues. Okay. It can tell you about your spouse. It can tell you about your income of your mother's siblings because it's 2nd to 6th. It can tell about your child's neighbors. Third house shows the neighbors. Third house is the neighbors. Children is the 5th house. So, third from 5th will be neighbors of your children. Okay. So, person with uniform service like a police officer, something like that can be a neighbor. Okay. Or even a doctor can be the neighbor. Also, it's third from 5th. Third house of your younger siblings, and 5th from it is their education. So 7th house is the education of your younger siblings. It's the children of your younger siblings. So 7th house Mars can give a male child to your younger sibling. The first child can be male, or he may have a technical education, engineering or medical, something like that. Okay, because Mars gives technical education. Are you getting it? How I'm using the techniques to predict about all the relatives from a single planet. All the relatives from a single planet. Younger sibling, third house. 5th shows education and children. 7th house Mars will give a technical education like engineering or medical to younger sibling. Secondly, it will give a male child. First child will be male. Okay. Or the child may be born out of surgery because Mars also shows surgery. Are you getting it? Okay. I hope you understood how to make. Now see, here I've been using only one signification. Like for 5th, I'm just using education here. 5th house is the stomach. 5th house is your school time. Okay, 5th house is lot other things. If you add those significations, then I can guarantee you can make 50 prediction or 100 prediction by just using one planet. So that's what you need to do. I hope things are very clear in your mind now. You have got a clear understanding of things. Okay. If you like the content, then like, share, and subscribe. If not, then please unsubscribe. That's not an issue with me. Okay. See you guys next time. Okay. Bye.